This is FirstCoast.tv. We find ourselves here with Sherry Suttles and with Derek Boyd Hankerson. They're both here involved with the Gullah Geechee Film and Culture Festival that's coming soon, and we'll get some more information from them. So, for you, Sherry, what's the purpose of the Gullah Geechee Film and Culture Festival?
The Gullah Geechee Cultural Arts and Film Festival is designed to both educate and communicate, which is the purpose of our organization, about the Gullah Geechee people, their history, their arts, their lifestyle, in a way that people can relate to, visually, on screen, and in live performances.
Okay, to a story. Okay, and Derek, who are the Gullah Geechee? I mean, people will ask themselves, Gullah Geechee, what is that? Who are they?
Jorge, that's a great question. Gullah Geechee are those West Africans who immigrated to the New World. They settled on what is known as the Low Country, and this is areas between Wilmington, North Carolina, all the way down to St. Augustine, Florida. They were the ones who settled some of the first maroon communities and formed some of the first militias.
Okay. And Sherry, what are some of the films that will be shown in the festival and some of the cultural activities in St. Augustine?
There's some beautiful moving titles like The Language You Cry In. It's very touching, very moving. I actually have a film that I will be showing, 44 Days, about Trayvon Martin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have something called Gullah Tales, Family Across the Sea. These are classic movies. They go back into the 90s, and they talk about folks who have reunited with our people, as Derek was saying, in Africa, Sierra Leone in particular. So people will hear the language, they'll see the motherland, and African Americans bonding with their ancestors and their descendants.
To include going back to and tying in places tying in places such as Benin and Ashanti. These were some of the original kingdoms that West Africans had ruled, dating back to about the 4th and 5th century.
And I didn't answer the second part of the activities. We will have real basket sewers. They're not called weavers, I found out. And this is a direct activity from West Africa and other parts, as he said. So we're bringing them in, importing them from South Carolina and Georgia. We have ironworks, blacksmiths, dyeing art, and quilt
ring
shouters. Yeah, group of singers. I was going to ask, can I get up and demonstrate? But that's okay. You'll see it on October 23rd, 29th, and the 30th through the 1st of November.
Amazing. Sounds like some real amazing stuff. And Derek, when and where will the festival be held?
As Sherry just stated, it is going to be the 23rd, 29th, and 30th. We will have the festival in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, but for the purposes of this video, the St. Augustine Film Festival will be held on October 29th here in St. Augustine at the Corazon Theater, and also in the evening from 6 to 9 at the St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Oh, wow. That's a real full schedule there. And my last question is, Sherry, who's producing this festival and how is it being funded?
The Gullah Geechee Group is a non-profit organization created in 2009. We got our IRS 501 tax exemption status in 2010. So technically, that's the producer. And less technically, I'm a producer, Derek's a producer, Kamal's a producer. Those of us who have been in the film world, we know the lingo. We're doing all the work, identifying the films, pulling the places together. So, you know, in the film world, we would be the producers. But the organization has the title of producer. And we got a grant to do it, $25,000 from the state of Florida, which is very exciting. It's about one of the largest grants we've gotten as a first start in Florida.
Wow.
And we're looking for match money and donations.
That was my other question. If people wanted to donate for this whole festival and cultural, who would they call?
They could go to www.Gullah Geechee Group, or they could call Sherry, who's the executive director of the organization, and her number is.
And my number is 90. Listen to me. I'm giving your area code 954-668-1518. That's a cell number because I stay on the road.
Right. It's smart.
But I'm in South Florida, Hollandale Beach.
Okay.
And
give your number.
And my number is 904-377-3465. And of course, we're blessed to have this opportunity to highlight this first ever Gullah Geechee Festival in St. Augustine, as the state of Florida and St. Augustine celebrating its 450th anniversary. And the significance of having the festival in October is, over the course of the last 3 years, all 4 governors from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida have designated October as Gullah Geechee month, and Governor Rick Scott, will, I'm sure, sign on with the other 3 governors to have the October a proclamation designating October as Gullah Geechee month.
He has already.
He already?
All 4
Fantastic.
states, yeah. Well, I know this was your last question, so I'll make this my last statement. We are dedicating this first festival to the Mother Emanuel AME Church 9 martyrs. Those 9 people were in the heart of Gullah Geechee land.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to one of our original board members. She knew 6 of the 9 personally.
Wow.
Her mother and her father were buried in that church by that minister.
Wow.
So we have a big connection to that event, and we want other people. No thing that I have seen lets people know this is Gullah Geechee living. These people, they exemplified who we are and what our history has been.
And to include the significance of Denmark Vesey and his son. That church has deep roots in the African American and South Carolina community, and of course the majority of Gullah Geechee descendants, to include myself, families are from, and Sherry are from South Carolina. So it's deep-seated roots, and we do know that the sister church in St. Augustine to Emmanuel AME is our St. Paul AME church here in St. Augustine, or Lincolnville, and that's ironic also because Lincolnville was founded by those freed West Africans after the Civil War in 1866, and the other Gullah Geechee community is Armstrong, which was founded in circa 1898.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.